Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of these designs. They are both done using Loren Sherman script, which uses a combination of dots and lines on these 4 different stems to make our consonants. And vowels are a bit trickier. They're these smaller circles, and they have different positions depending upon what vowel they are and if they're attached on one of these 4 consonant stems. So this is a kind of a quick reference diagram where it shows the line of the word circle and where the vowel would be relative to that, and then the line of the consonant stem and where each vowel would be relative to that. But this diagram I think is a bit more useful because it shows all possible vowel and consonant pairs. So this is like an E by itself just on the line of the word circle, so like here. And then this is a BE because this is a deep divot or a B stem. This is a JE because this is a circle inside the word circle or a J stem. This is a TE because this is a shallow divot or a T stem with a E in the middle of it, and then a THE because this is a circle on the line of the circle stem with an E in the middle of it. So E, B, G, T, or J, E, G, T, Th, E, B, G, T, Th would be this word if you were to read it, because you read bottom counterclockwise. So let's hop to these designs. So they're a bit stylistic. In these designs, I did tapered, curvy lines. So you'll see, the lines taper and are curvy. So these lines are not straight; they are tapered and curvy. Yay! And I tried to keep these designs pretty similar. To kind of make them matching and for a match set. So yeah, let's go ahead and start with this word. So around it is a sentence circle, and on that sentence circle is where you put punctuation, but there is no punctuation in this design, so we'll not worry about that. So let's look at this word. So here is the bottom of the word circle, and this is our first word. So this is the first letter we read, and it's a deep divot because it's more than 50% completed. So we're in this row. Deep divot, and nothing ends on it. This line passes clean through it, so it doesn't count for anything. Only lines that end on it would count, so that's just a B. Continuing around, this is just the line from the G, and then we have this vowel, and it's got a line going towards the middle. So I's have lines going towards the middle, where U's have lines going towards the outside. So that is an I. Then we have another deep divot, so same stem as this one, except it's got a line on it. One line makes it a G. This one line ends on it, so B-I-G, big. And then we have this word. So here's the bottom of the word circle. Right around here is where it would be. And this stem interrupts that bottom, so this is the first stem we read. So it is a shallow divot. So we're in this row, and it's got 1, 2, 3 lines. This little guy totally counts right here. Don't forget that little guy. But 1, 2, 3 lines makes it an S. So S, and then we have an I line going towards the middle. So just like this one, except the line's thinner, the thickness and thinness of the line doesn't matter unless you have stacked stems, which that's what these are. So even though it looks like there's 3 lines in a row, this is just the line from the I. But these two, they're a double stem. So they're both shallow divots, and since it's a double line, it's a double letter. But they're different thicknesses. We got a thick one and a thin one. So that means they're different letters. We read the thin one first. So this thin one here is what we read first, and it's got 1, 2, 3 lines on it. So that is an S, and this thick one has nothing ending on it, so that's just a T. And then we have the E in the middle of that, so like this, T-E. So I-S-T-E. Continuing around here, we have another shallow divot. Lines that pass through do not count, so we don't worry about those, but it's got 3 dots. So that shallow divot with 3 dots is an R, so sister. And this is just the line from the S, and this is just the line from the other S and the I. So S-I-S-T-E-R. So big sister. And then we have this one. So here's again the word circle, and these are very similar. Sentence circle. Sentence circle. And then our first word circle is here. We have another shallow divot with that line passing through just like this, and nothing ends on it, so it doesn't count. Then we have an I, just like this one, with the line going towards the middle. So B-I, and then we have a double line, except these two are the same thickness, so they're the same letter twice. And that same letter has 1 line on it. So that line makes it a G, so B-I double G. Then we have an E on the line of the word circle, just hanging out like that. And then we have another stacked stem. So we have a thin one and a thick one. And this thin one's got 1, 2, 3 lines on it. And this thick one doesn't have any lines ending on it, just the one passing through. But again, lines that pass through do not count, so that's just a T, just like this T. So B-I-G-G-E-S-T, so biggest. And then we have this next word, which is an awful lot like this word. Here we have a shallow divot, And let's look carefully at what lines end on it. So this is the word circle. 1, passes through, doesn't count, passes through, doesn't count. 2, 3. So 3 lines. Make that an S, and then another I, just like this guy, an S, just like this guy, a T, just like this guy, and E. So this is all the same here. So I-S-T-E, and then last but not least, we have the shallow divot with 3 dots, just like this shallow divot and 3 dots. So that's another R. So biggest sister. So big sister, biggest sister.